Welcome to another episode of Sitecore Tech Talks. Today we have Ritesh Gehlot with us. So Ritesh mainly is from the sales enablement background. He's a sales enablement manager here at Horizontal, and he's been working on multiple projects. And he kind of is, I would say, the thread which connects various pearls like sales, technology, strategy, and everyone coming together and eventually helping horizontal win projects and also work in helping different teams. That, for example, X technology has been, POC has been done, so he'll know, he is the person to contact and he'll know it. So technology teams also keep connecting with him for the same reason whenever we are estimating or whenever doing any other activities. So let's get started with a conversation with Ritesh on how do businesses maximize their return on investment when talking about Sitecore products.
Thank you, Varun. Thank you for having me. It looks good, It looks like we are two reporters here on a news channel talking about Sitecore. And I never seen any video where people are talking about Sitecore in a news fashion. I love it. So thank you for having me here. You introduced me very well. Thank you for doing that. I'll add one more line to it. I'm actually a guy who enables or empowers all the salespeople here in Horizontal with whatever they need in front of the customer to get the deal done. Right? What are the services we do? What are the capabilities? What are the skill sets my or our team have that can actually help the customer to build a digital experience? One of my founders always say it's a connected experience rather than a digital experience. That's the story we want to tell all our customers. That's where we always say Sitecore is a product where we can talk about the connected experience, talk about the digital experience, the customer journey and everything. And like you said, we will talk about the maximizing the ROI through Sitecore for our customers, for the business owners, and we're going to talk about that. Any specific question or any specific point where you want to start, Varun?
Let's overall start with what do you mean by, for those who might not be from sales background, what is return on investment?
So return on investments are two things, right? The first and foremost is people take from a very layman language is like the amount I have investment, like they say like $100 I have invested in this, what I'll get back from those $100. This is the one way of thinking. The other way of thinking is most probably I don't care about putting $100. I'll calculate, I'll put my $100, I'm putting my skill sets 100 hours also, right? Maybe they are putting 200 hours also. And that's how they see. They don't see $100. They see, oh, I put it like 300 hours, right? Now what I'll get out of those 300 hours, right? So there's two ways of seeing. I know people will say the time and money are same thing. It's same, but the efforts are different, right? You pay $100, maybe these days Google Pay is very easy. Those 100 hours very different, right?
Yeah.
So what you will get out of those efforts, whether it is amount of money or amount of time you put in, that's what return of investment means.
Right. So now let's consider a return of investment from a business perspective, right? So for example, as a business, I am investing in Sitecore products. What all parameters on maybe a very broad level do I need to consider as a part of return of investment?
Interesting. Because you directly talk about Sitecore. Mostly in our sales channel, what happens is a lot of time we talk to the customer. They wanted to see what are the capabilities of a platform which can give them a digital experience.
Correct.
What happens a lot of times they are looking into a lot of different things, right? And we as a team, Horizontal, we need to educate them, right? We need to provide an information to them so that they can understand why Sitecore, right? It's why Sitecore is very important to them.
Precisely.
And why two things, why I'm saying two things in there, they have to be very because it's a big investment. It's not only it's not like amount of money you are putting in, it's the amount of commitment you are going into the platform.
Precisely.
And that's why you need to choose a right platform for your business needs, for your business requirements, right? So because once you commit, it's a 10-year journey with the Sitecore, 10-year journey with the X platform. I'm not going into that direction, but that's how you go, right? That's how you understand. So why Sitecore is very important for the customer.
Yeah, and I agree with you, because then if you are not doing a long-term investment, you're basically gambling.
Yeah.
Right? So it's not of any use. So if you really want to have a return on investment, you have to go long-term to really reap the benefits of it.
A synonym for the share market.
Precisely. Let's say overall, if we look at the return of investment from a business perspective, let's say I'm a commerce. I'm into commerce business. Okay, I'm into a commerce domain. Let's say I'm having a product line, and I am choosing different products wherein I come across Sitecore. Why do I choose Sitecore?
Yeah, now this is good. This is very important. I understand when you say commerce, it's like kind of in a marketplace where people go and buy stuff, right?
Yeah.
This is what. So I'm not gonna go into the details saying order cloud and stuff, because this conversation is not about the technology. It's more about why Sitecore. The important stuff that I believe when I look into the Sitecore is, or maybe as a business owner should look into this, is like what my customer will feel, the experience while buying something from my website or while buying something from my store, right? So Sitecore provides that kind of analytics actually to a business owner. In case where you are saying you are a business owner, it's very important. Every person in this world is different. A two brother from a single mother is, again, they have different natures, different priorities to choose in. They come to the same website and they'll look into different products, right? So you have to understand the customer well. If you understand the customer well, you'll give them a best experience.
Correct. So let's dive deep into this. So probably you're going towards the experience which the customers of the business owner need to have. So you need to provide better customer experience to them technically. What are the ways in which this can happen by choosing various products on the product line that Sitecore provides?
Right. Now,
see, I'm a technologist, so technically I'm going to go towards technology, all right?
No, I understand that. So when we talk with the business people, right, it's mostly what happens is like when we go into the first meeting with the customer, I know there would be a technology guy also, but most of the people will be from the business side, right? What they call them, blue or white collar C-suite, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So what happens is they wanted to understand how their experience for the customer gonna increase. If I say something analytically, it's not gonna suit them, right? Or maybe technologically. So what happens is we give them an insight where we say like, sometimes people would like to wear a blue shirt. They are looking something for blue, and maybe by next 10 minutes they wanted to see a white shirt, right? And this is kind of an experience a man have, right? A specific user want to see on the website. So what Sitecore allows you is gives you three more main major aspects where you can go. First is the personalized experience the customer is getting. Okay, when I say personalized, it means maybe the next time he comes to the website, he'll see, oh, blue is still there, oh, white is still there. The website gives you an insight. He feels back at home. That's very important for a customer.
Yeah.
So why you go and buy on products from the same website? Because you feel back at home. That's important for a customer to be back at home. Second, when you're back at home, you need that luxury, you need that comfort, right? So Sitecore gives you that experience of being at comfort. Whatever you need from this website, you will get it. Yeah. It's all coming into that journey of experience, right?
Sorry.
That's okay. And the third and the most important is the hassle-free nature, right? I want to buy something. It should be hassle-free, right? It's not like ask me 5 different things, not ask me like 10 different things every time I come on it.
Correct.
The system at the back end should understand my preferences, even my t-shirt size, right?
Yeah, why not? I mean, that is personalization, right? So for example, if you already have come to the website and given out your details,
so it
has to kind of remember you and not ask you every time.
A lot of times you go and buy a t-shirt and select, maybe you mistakenly choose the small size S, and you are buying it. The system knows it.
Yeah.
It'll ping you. Is this the right?
Looks like not the right.
Looks like not the right size. Small details, but this is how you actually give.
They have a bigger impact.
Like a bigger impact, and the customer feels back at home. That's why I always use this word. A connected experience is very important. That's my founder always says. And the second one is you should feel back at home.
Yeah, very much. This is a great conversation where it is going right now. Let's say the overall experience and how connected it is between the two conversations that the person had on the website. That is a good starting point. All right. And also the personalization that you talked about. Let's say the person likes blue or shirts specific. I believe this can also be utilized in some way whenever there is new product management or maybe a new product line that is launched. Maybe we can target those specific customers.
Oh, 100%. So I remember this where you are coming from, because we recently worked with one of our customers. So what happens is, when you are back at home, human nature or human psychology is something like they don't like changes, or they don't accept. A lot of people don't like changes and accept changes. And this is how, when a new product line comes in, this is where the new something which an owner wants to sell new to the customer, right? So they first have to educate the customer about that experience, right? That's how you buy it, right? So this is how where Sitecore provides a lot of insights and analytics of the specific customer, and this is where it allows the business owner strategically placing their products in front of the customer when it needs to be done, and that's how the customer also started seeing it. It can be through many channels, it can be through a single channel, but it should be placed strategically in front of the customer,
which
right?
is important,
which is very important,
at right time, at the
right time, right channel. It's not like sometimes you have seen like because of our cookies enabled, you check the shoes, then you go to the Instagram, the same shoes comes in, then you go to Facebook, the same. Because all these marketplaces are enabled each other with the cookies and stuff.
Marketing channels and social channels are connected.
This is important, right? This is how you increase your sales. This is how you're making customer again choosy, coming back to the product. But then again, it's very important, right? And
I believe it is pretty subtle. You don't notice it. It's not being pushed to you, but it still makes an impact.
Yeah, it's actually what they are doing. It's like I wouldn't say what they are doing. Actually, what we are trying to do, customer. It's like going into their subconscious mind and enabling them, providing that information. This is what you are looking for, right? And then when you see that product in the store, maybe again on the marketplace, you feel like you're connected with this. You want this, right? And I know for all these customer sites, from the customer end, they might think, oh, they are playing all this stuff for us. But actually for a business owner, it's not play. They are providing you that experience that you are looking for. And that's all we say. It's the personalized, it's the Sitecore which is giving you everything, empowering you everything for your customer.
Right. Well, I understand it from the customer angle, right? And for a business, of course, the customers are going to be important because that is how they will increase their sales, revenue, stuff like that. Let's talk of another angle here. As a business, I'll of course analyze at a given point of time whether what I had as a previous product versus what I have as a Sitecore product today, which product is better.
That's why this is where we should start. Why Sitecore, right? In one of the recent blogs, even I tried to write this up. Where we were using keypad phones back in 2000s, right? Small phones, yellow screens. They were.
I remember the snake game.
Those ones are actually reliable. They were very tough build, right? But why I say a lot of people were on the landlines, right? And it was expensive to switch from landline to a mobile.
Correct.
But people understood the value it's gonna add into your lives,
Absolutely.
right? What it's gonna do it's empowering you to roam freely and it's still connected back to the home.
Connected experience.
You get it. So what happens? This keypad phone is very, very much in a way at that time was helping you to connected experience, right?
Yeah.
Back in, you can call anytime.
Yeah.
What happens then comes these digital experience phones, like Apple, Androids. What they are trying to do is now they are empowering you again with the new experience, right? You can do stuff on fly, right? While driving, you can listen to the music. While being in the flight, you can read all these emails, understand stuff. So when people switch from the QPad phones to this QTPad phones to the digital experience phones, the multimedia phones, what that happened, that enhances their experience.
Yeah.
But we knew this is gonna be expensive, right?
We knew it, of course.
But what happened? We are maximizing our ROI.
Precisely, because then we are, instead of waiting to go to, a place where you have a workstation to check your emails.
Yes.
You can do it on your phone.
So what happened is it actually maximizing your return on investment.
Very much.
We knew it's gonna be an expensive investment, and I'm not saying Sitecore is very expensive. It's the way I'm just telling you the journey.
I mean, from a customer angle, probably when I look at it, if I'm having maybe, a custom made product or custom build, it might be cheaper in a way as compared to Sitecore. But that is where, the analogy of keypad phones or QWERTY phones versus, the smartphones comes into picture.
Right word.
Right. So smartphones, they make you smarter. They make you utilize your time well. Right. So I think it absolutely makes sense. Today, what would you buy? Whether a smartphone or a keypad phone, right? So probably somebody's priority might be, no, I want to stay on keypad phones, and that is okay.
That's okay.
Right. But then if you feel that it is going to add value to you, you will of course go ahead with a smartphone.
Oh, 100%. So I'll tell you one story. So we were talking with one of the prospect customers, and we went through their website, and we realized experience on the website, it's not up to the mark. The brand is way above where should the experience should match it, right? We always say, in our horizontal, you are only good as
your worst customer experience.
So what happened is when we checked that and we realized it's not working fine on the mobile. The website is not mobile friendly. So we did it, set up a call with the customer, and we said this is not working. They should look like this, and they understood very well. And because they were on some X platform, suddenly the whole talk got changed. Now they are not talking about the investment. They knew it's gonna be expensive thing, but what's important for them? It's the brand. The brand value is decreasing because the customer is not getting the right experience from the website. So they are not talking about any money. They are not talking about any stuff. They just wanted to understand how Sitecore can maximize the ROI.
Yep.
That's it. They're not. It's not the money. They're talking about the efforts. So the first question: if you put it on the Sitecore website, how much of time it would take?
Yeah.
They are talking about the time.
So it's the complete perspective that has changed.
Yes. They're not talking about that. That's why in the start I said return on investments are two things. A lot of people will talk only about the money. A lot of people will talk about the effort. Yeah. It's the same thing, but still, it's the importance to the stuff that you want to give, either to the money or either to the time.
Yes.
So what happens is the first question there, the digital manager from the customer side asked how much time it would take us from this website
moving from X
to X,
to
Y. Sitecore. And we said we're gonna do a small assessment of your website and we'll get back to it. And we did it, and they really loved it. So we are still in talks with them, trying to get the deal done, of course, and very hopeful for that also. But the baseline where we started is, it's actually enabling them.
It is very much.
After maybe 1 year or so, when they'll be on the Sitecore,
they will know the value.
They already know the value. Their customers will have more value from the brand, and they'll see this is brilliant.
Might be they know it will add the value, but they'll actually experience the value after coming onto Sitecore after a period of time.
Right.
Onto it. All right. Sure.
You can take an example. I'll interrupt you. You can take. So because a lot of things happen in front of the customer, we have to give a lot of different examples to the customer to understand why this value, right? So you can go from point A to point B on a bicycle also.
Yeah.
And you can go from point A to point B in a lot of other cars also, planes also.
Yep.
Now you choose.
What What is your importance? What is your priority?
What is your priority?
Yeah,
And don't think this as in just on website. It's a digital journey.
it is.
So that's
Very much.
point A and point B is a digital journey. So you wanted to go from point A to point B. This is a digital journey. Now you choose where you want to fit in. We are believing Sitecore is the right partner for you in that journey.
Correct.
And we will enable with you.
Yep.
That's why we say like once you've done this, you will understand the ROI of it.
Yep, very much. So we talked about customers. We talked about the internal team and how that Sitecore can add value. I think one major thing or one important thing is not just the existing customers but the leads, right? The newer customers and the amount of time it takes to convert that lead to a customer in any business, whether it is a B2B, B2C, or whether it is just a website. But eventually, what you are trying as a part of that is getting leads and converting them into customers. Sorry. In what is important is you need to identify leads. Sometimes even that, if you're unable to identify this person is not a customer, it's a lead and it could be a prospective customer, losing that opportunity can also be a loss of business.
Oh, it's an opportunity loss.
Right.
So it hurts more than anything.
So how does implementations on Sitecore products maximize that?
See, I'll tell you one thing here. So it's very important to have those leads, right? Every business wants leads.
Very much.
Generally, I'm not sure. I read out something on the Gartner. They say like there's a percentage 25 to 35% you get converted. So if you get 100 leads, out of that it would be 25 to 35% the leads get converted on a generic note.
Yeah.
But this is not happening, right? Then sometimes number will fluctuate.
Yeah.
Right. So that's where when you say this Sitecore implementation, once that happens, this number will go up because this is how the Sitecore will work with you. It won't say it will directly reach out to the 25% or 30%.
I don't think it ever happens.
It will happen.
In an ideal situation, it will not happen on day one.
Day one. So what happened? Try and understand. Maybe a business getting 100 leads a day, but what they are getting it maybe zero conversion.
Precisely.
By end of the month they have 3,000 leads, but how many of leads they got converted? Maybe like just 1%, maybe 2%, 3%.
Yeah.
What Sitecore is enabling you, it's getting the right profile for you also.
Yes.
So might be they are not getting 3,000. Once you implement Sitecore, maybe you are not getting 3,000. It's not about the leads that you are getting, right?
I think first is understanding that, oh, you know what, I got 3,000 leads.
But are those leads valid for me?
Yeah.
So Sitecore will give you those analytical power to understand, like that. We also always say ICP, ideal customer profiling, right? Yeah. I know it's a big word, but still it helps you to understand, right? Correct. Maybe talk about a big e-commerce store. If they have their ICPs corrected at the back end, right, then they go for a summer sale, they go for a winter sale, they know whom to reach out, right? They know this is our existing customer. And when an existing customer moves from one website to other, it hurts because
very much.
That's why where I say like maybe you don't get 3,000 leads, it will be the 1,500 leads. But out of those 3,000 leads, you are only getting converted 5 leads. Now from 1,500 leads, you are getting 20 leads converted. Percentage wise, it got increased.
Yep.
100%. But what happens is you're getting lesser leads and you don't understand, oh, sometimes we are getting lesser leads. No, it's not like that, right?
And there could be multiple factors to the leads coming in. Oh, I mean, it could be like, you have a seasonal website, you have a summer sale or something, maybe.
That's where I'm saying.
All those things also matter. So there are multiple variables in the equation, not just one.
Personalized experience, analytics, everything that Sitecore provides, and now it's become composable also. It allows you to use all this as in single projects, just plug and play with some customization. It works very fine.
Yeah.
The important thing is to understand when you say when an opportunity comes and loses in business from it, it hurts a lot. Sitecore enables you with those analytics and personalized experience where you can go and say like, oh,
to identify
whether it's actually an opportunity loss or not, right?
Yeah.
If it is, then it hurts. If it is not, then it's okay because now the platform is enabling you to understand. Don't bother, don't worry. It was not your customer.
Yeah. And in future, it will be easier for you to identify, what another opportunity is
100%. Just
knocking
because
the door.
now you have analytics set up in your backend with the help of Sitecore, you can use it.
Yeah. Well, anything else you would like to add here from ROI perspective?
ROI perspective, I know we talked about a lot of stuff around Sitecore, specifically around personalization and this analytical world, because most of the time, what we did is in front of the customer, we try educate customer if they are not on the Sitecore. If it is on the Sitecore, we try and educate them why you go on newer upgrades. And that's why these two important lines to discuss. But what we did today is trying to share a perspective in front of you is how and why you should go to the Sitecore. And I like to sum up that line again. When you want to go from point A to point B, you need to understand this digital journey is very important for your business, and Sitecore is the right product for you guys. Thanks, Varun.
Yeah. Well, more often than not, what I have seen is, generally in any, sales cycle, more often than not, we select technology and then try to come towards a customer problem.
Right.
But rather, it should be the other way around. We should be first thinking about the customer and then go towards what technology is better.
100%.
But in case of, a product suite like Sitecore, where they have solution to, if not all, majority of the customer problems, and where you have partners like Horizontal, wherein the implementation is towards solving, first identifying and then solving the customer issues or problems, or what can actually add value. I think it's a win-win for both the situations. First, of course, for the business who is choosing Sitecore, and second for Sitecore, because eventually they can say, here is our success story.
100%.
So,
absolutely spot on.
Well, with that, that was Ritesh for you. And Ritesh, thank you so much for your time today for this podcast.
Thank you.
And looking forward, because I don't think this conversation is completely over. So looking forward for another one with you.
Thanks, man. Pleasure is mine.
All right.
Thanks, man.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, guys.